wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay, make me feel away, make me feel away. Shorty so damn dangerous, fuck me like I'm famous, yeah. I've been so impatient, so glad that you made it here. Took my dick and faced it, shorty going crazy, yeah. Thought that you was playing, told me spray it everywhere. She want me to take it, what you tryna do? Shorty said she like it red.
All right, and we are back again with another episode of That Girl Got Knowledge. And today we have Reggie. So if you want to start out by telling us a little bit about yourself, how you got started with art, and yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm actually a self-taught artist from Baltimore. I pretty much jumped into it about 5 or 6 years ago, as far as really taking it serious, traveling, art shows, trying to really create a business system around my creativity. So it's been working out for the most part. I definitely have a lot of goals and different things that I would like to tap into, in the near future and years from now. But it's definitely been a great process for sure.
Gotcha. So when you started painting, like what inspired you to begin? Because usually, I'm a painter, or artist, but I've been painting since I was like a kid.
Okay.
But I didn't really do it now. But it's like the flip for you. Like you do it now, and yeah. So how did you get started?
It's different. I've always been into art naturally, but I never really knew that like art was what it was.
Yeah.
So, I got a little older and I kind of got around some people that was tapped in. I'm like, okay, you can go do art shows and sell paintings and, make merchandise. So I tapped in. And from then I just, been going hard every day. Like, it's a process, but I just been sticking to it over the years. It's been working out.
Oh, it has.
Yeah, definitely.
It has. No, you're like a couple of your different shows. Like, my best friend Jasmine
For
Manning.
sure. Yeah.
So y'all be tag teaming them on the art scene.
That's the fam now.
Gotcha. Yes. No. So how, I guess within your artistry, how did you discover that, you wanted to but wanted to paint instead of doing a different medium outside of painting?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know what? I think I just kind of gravitated towards it naturally. When I was younger, I didn't really paint. I hated painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I drew a lot. And I would use pastel, color pencil, different mediums. But I think now it's just the fluid rhythm. It's very peaceful, so whether it's spray painting on a wall or painting the canvas, just having that freedom to kind of do what I want to do. I like the quickness of it, so I can paint.
So you think painting is quick?
For me, it is.
Wow.
For me, it is.
I feel like it's maybe I'm thinking about oil painting.
Okay, yeah. See, I do acrylic.
Yeah. Have you tried oil paint?
I haven't. Nah, I'm like, I
that's
don't know if I have
beast.
patience for it.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely a beast.
I think eventually I will though. It's right now I'm just trying to get out as much as I can at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to find something that aligns with that same mentality as well.
Gotcha.
So with you disliking painting for so long, how did you even transition into I'm gonna try to paint today?
I think it was early. Early on I kind of didn't have as much knowledge around me as far as art. I'm a self-taught artist. I did take a few classes in school, but for the most part, I pretty much just learned from my mentors, YouTube University, Instagram, yeah, for sure, and just friends, And I feel like naturally that's why a lot of people gravitate towards my artwork, just because everything is done intentionally and it's so innate. You know what I mean? It's really just a gift. So I'm just expressing that on the canvas or through my merch or mentoring children, murals in the different communities in Baltimore, New York. Just, for the most part, just using my gift to really demonstrate to the world and express different things that make people feel good.
Gotcha. So then, I guess, I know that you probably feel like you have so much more work to do, don't we all? But I kind of feel like, when it comes to you perfecting your craft, do you feel like you've perfected it or gotten it to a point where you're like, oh yeah, I can paint in my sleep type thing?
Yeah, I think I have.
Oh wow.
I think I have. I think I don't think I've made my best piece yet, but through impact, I think I've reached the pinnacle, especially in Baltimore. Like
For sure.
having a piece in the Reggie Lewis Museum.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty dope. You know, just moving forward with the community and trying to impact and not just create pieces that people like, but actually seeing it change people's lives. My family seeing how I hustle and grind and kind of just wiggle out of the regular ways of the world, kind of getting people back to what they really love. So it's like, okay, you already doing something, so just keep it up. But definitely like just scaling that same idea, just making everything big. So eventually I would like to have my own programs as well.
Wow.
For sure.
So programs in regards to like education and all that stuff. Oh wow. Actually
for sure.
teaching art.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, we may have to take, cause you know me and Jasmine, we teach art too. So we may have to like tag team on some stuff.
Yeah, I got some ideas. I gotta keep them all tucked for now.
Oh yeah, no. Keep them all tucked. Like I'm an advocate for that. Keep the ideas tucked close until you're ready.
Lock in. 100%. Yeah,
for sure.
For
For
sure.
sure.
I'm so sorry. Is it me? Or when anybody say like we go lock in, you think about that TikTok, you better lock in before I tweak out. Oh my God. This guy. You always
Yes.
the TikTok guy get the
Yeah,
rolling
yeah,
all the time.
Absolutely.
I can't do it. Man, so then
Sorry.
I guess, well, because I know we're gonna dive into these two pieces, but how would you explain like your particular like art style? Like, do you feel like you do a lot of like realism, expressionism, or like you know,
yeah, I ain't mean
or
to cut
abstract?
you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I think it's most easy for me to identify with abstract, not in my portrait work, but when I'm intentional about my abstracts. I think other than that, I'm actually still trying to figure that out.
Gotcha.
Because I don't have a lot of formal artwork. Formal art training.
Gotcha.
So a lot of things people tell me, I'm kind of like, oh, that's what that is? I just did it.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's like,
it is.
yeah, just keep going.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would consider like this Kendrick piece to be like abstract, even though you said like a lot of your portraiture isn't like mostly abstract. Like
I got you.
It definitely can, you know, like when you're close up on it, you know how like when you step back from a piece, it like changes form a little bit. So.
For sure, yeah. I try to express a lot of colors in my work. I actually started off right after high school studying science and becoming a pharmacist.
Really?
Yeah. So
That's
I did that.
totally different.
So where,
I'm like,
so where did that go? Like, tell us about that a little bit.
So I graduated high school. I went to community college right around the corner at Howard Community College. I graduated. I went to Morgan, and I graduated with my bachelor's degree in biology. So my initial plan was to leave community college and go straight to pharmacy school. So it's not like becoming a doctor. You really just need to complete your prereqs, take the PCAT, and move on. But you know what I mean? It was one of those things. I started off working as a tech in the pharmacy every day. I actually want to get more into sharing that because a lot of people just see my artwork, they don't really know like the background where I come from. But for sure, yeah, I know what it's like to just wake up every day and hate what you do.
Yeah.
Go to school, you know what I mean? I had to take classes that I hated. And then I left there and I went to work. You know what I mean? I didn't really spend a lot of time in college doing the party thing. I didn't really do spring break. Like I really was locked in. Like by the time I got to the end, it was like, okay, you can go to Howard Pharmacy School where you want to go, because I did what I was supposed to do, but it was like, it's not really for me. I saw it every day. And I think, you know, naturally it was kind of just wiggling out of that and, you know, doing some art shows, and I'm like, okay, I think I know what I want to do. But of course you still got to pay bills. So, you know, I think intellectually, just that side of my brain has transitioned into more of a businessman.
Gotcha.
So I'm a numbers guy. I like to plan. I'm still very methodical in everything that I do. So if I set up an art show, it'll look like a lab procedure before I go do the show.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, you know, I think you just kind of use that skill set to integrate in what I do now. So it's been beneficial. Actually, after I graduated, I taught. We actually was at the same school for a little while. I taught middle school science, so that was dope.
Wow.
Yeah, so I know we talked about that program, so I want to do STEM and art, not just art.
That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, so engineering, math, science, and healthcare. You know, I think it's big not even just to go to college, like get your skills up. You know what I mean? they saying a recession is coming, and it's like they might start laying people off, but it's like, what skills do you have that you can just, somebody can cash app you your rent money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to figure out a way to provide for your family. So it's important that we have skill sets and really do what we love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like we all got a purpose. And for me, it's like if I'm not waking up painting or doing something creative, like when I was in school or working as a pharmacy technician, like I was going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess what about being a pharmacy technician like made you gravitate toward like that field, like pharmacy in general?
No, that's a good question. I actually love helping people. So
that's what I wanted to get to.
Yep.
Okay.
So I pretty much do the same thing with my art. I did it teaching. It's just in a different form.
Yeah.
But it was dope. You know, I learned a lot. It really matured me. I saw some things that I was like, all right, cool. Corporate America was cool. It's like, I can do it. Do I want to? No.
Yeah.
I don't want to put on a suit and tie every day. I can, but I want to be myself. So just to see like the murals, tapping in with different artists, the impact, museums, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Just imagine if I was still in that pharmacy. I might be making 6 figures under 30, but it's like,
would you be
capped
happy?
out.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's, you know, it's a limit. Like, you can make that 6 figures, but that's your salary. There's no cap with this.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all self-control.
100%. Yeah. So I think, you know, of course we have to do those things because life pushes us. But I think it's important if you can, because everybody's not in the position to pursue their passions. You know what I mean? It's tough. But if you could do 30 minutes a day, just do 5, whatever, 15 minutes, just watch a video that you like. You know what I mean? Just try to tap in with that thing that you love.
Speaking of tapping, we're going to tap into this
Tap in.
right there.
Poppin' shit, gotta get it. Niggas out here hating, but ain't stopping shit. Stop procrastinating, wasting time and shit. Niggas only gangster when they signing in.
Alright, so we're going to tap into the quote of the day. The quote of the day is, God put that dream in your heart for a reason. How does that resonate with you? Where does it take your mind? What are your thoughts?
For me, that's a powerful one for me. I'm very spiritual. I don't always express that first to the world, but I'm very spiritual. You know, just different life experiences, different things that I've seen in life really, I think, lead to my hustle, for lack of better words. You know, I wake up every day grateful because you never really know. You know what I mean? Life can change. Like either being here, your physical body could change, or even not being here. So for me, like, you gotta walk in your purpose. And like going back to what we were speaking to earlier, like timing, like I just felt like I was wasting time. And just to see how I've impacted different communities.
How old are you, Reggie?
26. I'll be 27 on Friday.
Baby.
Almost
Oh,
forgot.
happy early birthday.
Yeah.
Appreciation.
happy
Yeah, thank you.
birthday.
I don't feel like a baby. I feel like, I'm up there. But yeah, for sure. I think, you know, just timing, not really, you know, I hate to bring up darker things, but my best friend passed away when we were 17. She took her life. And for me, it was just like, yeah, okay. I've already seen death in my life, but just that type of death was different.
Yeah.
So I just been on my grind, like, I just been focused.
It's I feel like I definitely understand where you're coming from, like on the spiritual level, like the juxtaposition of like the physical body, you being here, being able to feel, touch, like
sure.
you know, art, all that, and then gone.
So I need to do what I need to do, get out what I need to get. I know people talk about like Tupac back in the 90s when he first came home and got signed to Death Row. It was like, yeah, Tupac, he did 50 songs in a day. Not 50, but you know what I mean? And I kind of had that same mentality. It's like, I don't have time to waste.
Yeah.
I got to go paint. Like, yesterday I was painting a mural at a child care center. Early this week I was painting at a dispensary. Like during the day, I'm finishing canvases. Like I finished this last week. So just different things, trying to travel. Just staying focused, just staying busy, staying, you know, at that craft and, you know, really trying to create something for my family and future generations.
I love that.
I think it's super dope, for
I
sure.
love that.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
So it sounds like that you, I hear you mention like purpose a lot, and you know, purpose I feel like goes hand in hand with like spirituality and God. So do you feel like you are walking in your purpose, and if so, like how does that make you feel?
Dope as hell.
Look, insanely dope.
Yeah, for sure. I couldn't
I love it.
Yeah, I couldn't even answer that question without smiling. That's why I just feel so grateful, because I've had times in my life where, you know, I dedicated so much time to becoming this professional for the world,
Yeah.
which was beneficial because I saw what was out there. So now I'm able to switch and like just really hone in on my craft. And this is what I want to do. But yeah, for sure, I wake up super grateful. You know, I have my ups and downs, you know, as an artist, financially, creatively, your family. Like sometimes I just need to go in the hole and create.
Yeah.
But you know, your family, they gonna call you, and, you know, that
You
kind
know
of
what?
stuff. But
I definitely need to tap in with you. Because, no, I really, like, just speaking on, like, the artist's mind, I really found that, like, a lot of the fear and distractions and the fear-based, like, creativity comes from allowing and absorbing the energies of other people, if you get what I'm
100%.
saying. And it's like, when you genuinely want to just, like, cut the world off, sometimes people don't allow you to do that. Like,
For
you know
sure.
what I mean? So when you're in that space, like, when you're in that space where it's just you, your canvas, your paintbrush, your paint, like, do you feel like a euphoric or like a very like mystical,
Yeah.
you know, piece, if you get what
For
I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah. Like I love creating a piece or starting it, falling asleep with my hands dirty, waking up, like brushing my teeth with paint on my hands.
Yeah.
Like, that's love. You know, just really diving into it. You think about like how some of our favorite musicians make music. They go in the studio and lock in for a week, a month, whatever. But
Yeah.
I try to do the same thing with my craft. It's tough. It's definitely tough. I think starting off, you know, at some of the levels we do, sometimes your family and friends don't really take your stuff as serious as you do. So you just painting. Or,
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, I'm doing something way deeper. Like the same way you go to work when you have a meeting or do what you do. Like, take my stuff that serious too, because this is what I'm doing. And I have a purpose in life.
Exactly.
For sure.
Wow. So then another question, just because you said you were doing like you did a couple murals, and I mean not a couple, I'm sure you did tons of them. Like, what is, I guess, your favorite like surface? Like, let's get into like the I guess the creativity or the technical you know aspects of it. Like, I know you like canvas, but like what other textured surfaces or surfaces have you like created on?
I'm glad you brought that up. I heard you mention architecture earlier, right? So when I graduated from Morgan, I'm like, I didn't do the pharmacy thing, but I was still trapped in my mind like, I love art. I know I can do it, but it's still like, you need something to fall back on.
Yeah.
Like, let me go try architecture. So I did it for a year online in Morgan.
Did you like it?
I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Okay.
I
No,
liked
because
it,
I was
but
about to
didn't
say.
love it. It was like, my professors, they love me. I would turn in projects late. They like, yo, this is great. Like, you can tell, like, you're just one of those natural guys. Like, but for me, it was just like the formal side of it. It's just like, I can't do this corporate stuff.
Yeah.
I can't sit at a cubicle. Like, I can't.
Oh yeah.
Like, I feel like teaching was dope, and it never felt like a job because I always went in there with the attitude to mentor, not necessarily teach the curriculum. That was just what was in front of them. But really, we talked about stocks every day, life, whatever. You know what I mean? But definitely, for sure.
Wow. No, yeah. So, cause like I feel like when it comes to, you know, just that creative mind, and then like you said, being a mentor, I feel like a lot of the, I guess, how can I explain it? A lot of the courage or confidence that, you know, others get is through like someone critiquing their work possibly and telling them like, no, yeah, like you're good, especially like someone skilled as you.
Yeah.
Telling them like, no, yeah, like you got it. This is directly like in the lane where you need to be. So like when you're in that mentoring space, like I guess what are some things that I guess some of like your mentees might, I guess, I don't want to say ask you because I'm sure they have a lot of different questions, but what is like the running theme of like what they need mentoring around, like when it comes to like art? Because I'm dealing with that, but I'm dealing with like little teeny boppers and stuff.
Yeah. No, it's funny. That's where it starts. I actually kind of skipped over your question too about materials.
Oh dang,
We
yeah,
forgot,
I forgot.
But it depends what type of medium I'm using. So if I'm outside, spray paint is great. But if I use like a brush on brick, it's crazy. Like trying to create a straight line because of the mortar. Stucco is great, but it still has like a texture to it.
Yeah.
Like an interior wall is perfect. Like
Perfect.
that's the best.
Yeah.
For sure. Like just drywall with paint on it. Like you can do anything. Definitely.
Yeah.
But back to the kids, I think just leadership. You know what I mean? For me, it was like be that guy that you needed coming up. For me, my father was in prison for most of my childhood. I would say 8 going on 9 years. And I was in there every weekend, you know what I mean? And it's like coming up, for me making those choices, it was like, nah, I'm cool. I was already in there. Like I saw what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let alone family members and uncles and different people that's still out here doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And not to put anybody in a bad light, but you know, for a while, black men, I feel like as a whole, were misled.
Yeah.
So
Very.
we need more black leaders, more black males, and teachers, doctors, lawyers. You know, just seeing them in some of those roles, so it's like, okay, I can do that too.
But even outside of those roles, I feel like with today's like society, there's so much more than like the teacher, the doctor, the lawyer. You can be an artist. You can work in UX design. You could be in marketing. You could be like it's so much more now even than like just the teacher, the doctor, the lawyer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I would agree. Yeah, I think it's important. I think the next generation or two probably get that a lot more. I feel like we're the generation that's actually making that known. Like, you know, podcasts are popular. You see a lot of artists, whether it's fashion, music, design, architecture, people can display their work and craft and really get love for it. So I feel like, you know, those careers in art are more important now. Yeah, for sure.
I definitely feel like being an artist now is like the cool. No, I don't want to say cool, but
No,
it's
like,
the cool thing to do.
It
sure.
is. And even like outside of just like conventional art, you have like influencing, that's an art. You have podcasting, that's an art. You have YouTube, that's an art. So I feel like shout out to our generation because you know we some badasses and we just gonna do what we want to do. We said forget corporate, we gonna do what we want to do.
We give people the
today.
opportunity to know that like you can do more than one thing. Like you don't just have to be a doctor. You can be a doctor and I don't know, anything. You can be literally be anything.
Yeah, for sure. Don't put yourself in a box.
Yes, for sure.
Ooh, well, before we go, do you have one strong piece of advice you would give to the kids, to the people, not to put themselves in a box, of how not to?
Of how not to put yourself in a box?
Yeah. What is a word of advice?
Whatever you feel it.
Period.
Whether you with your
No,
family,
for real.
whether you with your friends, whether you at work, whether you amongst just peers your age, if you like something, like it. If you want to wear something, wear it. If you want to do something, do it.
I know that's right.
I love that.
And on that note, we out.
We out.
Poppin' shit, gotta get it. Niggas out here hating, but ain't stopping shit. Stop procrastinating, wasting time and shit. Niggas only gangster when they signing in.
So Reggie, tell us about this Nipsey Hussle. Poster right here, man. You got going on, you know what I'm saying? This little Jimmy Jam John.
Yeah. This was a piece I did in 2017. It actually was black and white grayscale with the white background. And I kind of went back, I think, a few months later and kind of added some color to the background.
I see.
For sure. You know, summer 2018, Nip actually signed it, and I was able to give him another piece as well.
But y'all can't see the signing though. Y'all got a
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah, for sure. I met him in DC. It was dope. I actually got in touch with, you know what I mean, his peoples. A few months before, it kind of fell through. But the second time I went, I actually had two pieces with me, so it was dope because I was able to give him one and he signed one. So for me, this piece right here is like, I can't put a price on it.
You can't
put a price on it.
This is timing. You know, this priceless right here. Might be worth more than what you got going on, my boy. But
100%, for sure. And I'm thinking about like some long-term ideas, doing some NFT stuff with it. So for sure.
I don't know what that is, but
for sure. Non-fungible tokens. So like Tory Lanez, he dropped the album as an NFT, so you pretty much go on, and it's all you. So it's no other company. You're getting straight profit. So I think he made like $1 million in the night.
Damn.
Yeah.
For real? You gonna make
sure.
more than $1 million.
Yeah, for sure.
That's like
Digital
20
artwork.
Yeah. So tell us about the some of these the words you got going on right here. You got all around the little the painting and stuff.
For sure. I tried to, really incorporate Nip. Like for me, I was heavy on Nip, just his ideology, just the marathon.
That's a big album. Yeah, that was one of the biggest ones he had.
For sure. So I tried to, incorporate the Crenshaw, different things. All money in, no money out.
I got you.
Going Around is actually a quote from one of my favorite songs. I can't remember which one.
Because it's got California.
I can't remember, but we'll figure that out one day.
I'm about to say, look.
For sure.
Tripping. I see you got the blue in here because Nipsey was a big blues.
Yeah. For sure. It was dope though. LA is different. I don't know if you ever like really tapped in with the culture, but like, you know, Rodale Drive is one thing, but if you tap in with like the natives, you know what I mean? But he was one of those guys that's like, it was that, but he was everywhere. You know what I mean? It was like whatever color, you know, that's Nip. You know what I mean?
Inspiration.
So yeah, for sure.
That's what it was about.
100%. And I think,
sure.
you know, just as a creative, you know, following his lead, impacting the community, mentoring, just doing the same thing.
You gotta keep doing that, dog.
For sure.
You're doing your thing with this right
Appreciate
here.
it.
Oh boy, this is where it's at.
My God.
And you
appreciate
gotta show me how to paint like this, dog. Cause like, yo, y'all gotta really know paint like this. Crazy.
I don't know. You might have to sign up for a class or something, man.
Yeah, no, I can't sign up for your class.
Yeah. And sing these dope lessons.
Yeah, you gotta really. I can't say no.
You know what's crazy? I can knock a piece out like this in a day.
In the day?
Like if I wake up in the morning, it's already drawn out. If I paint by like 8, half of it is done by like 10.
That's gonna take me forever.
But for me, I focus on layers. So like I take my time, make sure everything is like,
Nah,
I try not to rush it.
See, I'm not patient enough to do it like this, my boy.
It take time. It definitely take time.
Definitely.
Appreciate it, bro.
I definitely appreciate you coming showing this Nipsey Hussle.
Most
And
definitely.
you know,
The marathon continues.
for sure.
That's how we do it.
And we out.
Poppin' shit, gotta get it. Niggas out here hating, but ain't stopping shit. Stop procrastinating.
All right. So Reggie, we know that you basically mentioned like your background, which was in like pharmacy school and all that other type of stuff. So, you know, tying like your, I guess maybe like a past passion of yours into like your current passion, do you feel like your art has become like a healing form or like therapy, you know, to like your community and people at large?
Definitely. I think even for myself, when I can lock in, just turn on that song that I love, play it 15 times without somebody saying, can you turn this off?
Yes, literally.
For sure.
Well, what's that song?
Man, right now, I can't lie, I've been playing a lot of Summer Walker.
Oh,
Yeah. Like when I paint, it's like I like to be in a relaxed mind state, you know, so I do a lot of neo soul, Jill Scott, of course, music, a lot of different people, look, some of those old school people, but yeah, I think it's definitely therapeutic. I think that's how I fell into it even back in the day, like when I was younger. It was just a thing I kind of went to. Like I was in church drawing. When I went home, I kind of drew. Like it was just my thing. So now that I've gotten older, I definitely see that it helps me mentally. Like if I go through a week and I don't paint, I'm like, all right, it's crazy. It's about to go down for sure.
Wow.
But I don't know. It might be that Gemini in me.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. No, literally. So, do you find yourself? Do you like doing like commissioned work, or do you like doing like your own art-inspired, you know, pieces and everything? A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. I like certain commissions now.
Yeah,
So,
I was
like,
about to say because
yeah, for
people
sure.
be asking for the world.
Anything, yeah, for sure. And a lot of times, those type of clients aren't what I'm trying to appeal to. So, you know, making sure that your client shares similar values so they don't ask, oh, can you take $100 off? Whatever, like,
like
you know,
no.
lower my price, or is it done yet? Like, all that kind of stuff is like,
that would eat
it's
me
like,
up
okay,
inside.
let me get to your pay. Yeah, for sure. Because then I'm like, oh, there you go.
I
I'm
feel
gonna take
like
my
that
time.
kind of stuff like messes with your energy, with like
Yeah,
of
for
what
sure.
you're putting into your piece.
100%, yeah, because I could start a piece and have an idea, but like once I get into it, I'm like, all right, let me tweak this a little bit different because for me, I feel like it would turn out better. And it's funny, a lot of times the art that I share is mostly the art that I create. I really don't share my commissions often. Mostly mural commissions, but not like painting commissions. What point was I getting to? But yeah, no, for sure. I kind of like both. It's a good balance. But for me, the most part, I feel like I get a bigger response from pieces that I just create. Yeah, for sure. Like, cause I can be most creative.
Because you're able to probably like fall into it. You know, like people, especially people. I hate to say this. Sorry for the people who are not artists, but people who aren't artistic, they don't realize like it's not A to B. You know what I mean? It's not linear. Like the process isn't linear.
For sure.
Oh yes.
So many, you know.
It's funny that you actually say that because I was just like over off camera talking about like human design and stuff like that, and I recently discovered that like creatively, I can't, you know how sometimes people just like, okay, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna type up this paper, and I'm gonna get what I need done. I feel like creatively, you can't do that. Like, I can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna turn this on right now, right here, and do this very thing. And like, it just kind of comes in like spurts, it kind of comes differently. And I feel like I've discovered that more and more, that like my job is creatively demanding. So it's just like, dang, I be having to really like, you know, try to put these pieces together purposely, and it's not coming naturally. And that kind of leads me to my question to you, is like, what is your creative process? Like, how do you get in the zone? When do you get in the zone?
Outside of the music.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
what do you
And I'm
do?
gonna need some of them playlists.
For sure. Yeah, I just like those vibes. Like, my mother's a singer, so I love R&B. I grew up around my grandfather, so I love Marvin Gaye. I'm like an old soul, so music is definitely probably the biggest. I definitely need that candle and that oil burning. Lights, for sure. That's amazing.
I was about to say.
Lights. I feel like that's actually more important than music, because for one, just the perception of the art that you're creating can be different if it's dim. But I like to do like some LED lights just to, you know, get me in that zone, like I'm in a music studio pretty much. For sure. I felt like last week, like I was in album mode, just getting ready. I had an event in LA next Saturday. It got canceled, unfortunately, but just, you know, preparing for that show, finishing commissions, working on the mural at night. It's like, all right, I'm in the zone. Like, I got to plan out my day, work out, eat, do what I do, just keep it moving. But that's definitely important, you know, creating the right atmosphere. I feel like spaces and places definitely affect how we feel.
So from an artist to an artist, because I'm like low-key OCD with this. Do you leave your paint and your paintbrushes out? Not open, I just mean out. Like, do you leave your space like out so that it's ready for like you when you want to like just get to it? Or do you like, after you're done the painting, do you like, you know, clean everything and like put it all away and like, you know? Or is your space actually like an art space?
Yeah, for sure. I got my big 5 gallons, my regular gallon buckets for my murals. Then I got my section with a whole lot of spray paint cans. Then I got my Angelus paint, so like the little small ones that, you know, I do like custom tote bags, Telfars, Louis, whatever. And then of course my regular acrylics. So that's like the regular space, you know what I mean, where it can be like not messy, but like it's organized to me.
Organized.
It is organized. Yeah, it's definitely organized. But it's like if somebody came in, they'd be like, "What is this?"
But you don't put anything back though.
Nah. Especially like if I'm knocking out a few pieces, like if I'm in this specific like color palette, for me it's like, all right, leave those colors out because you're gonna come back to it. Yeah, for sure. And just like being creative, like it's tough to pull everything out, set it up, and paint and. If I can just get straight to it, it's ready for me. It's
ready.
Like,
That's I feel like that has been one of my roadblocks. So like this interview, you're really helping me too. So listen.
Dope.
Really helping me.
So give us like a play-by-play of like what does a day in the life of Reggie look like right now?
A day
Like
in the
currently.
life.
And it don't even gotta involve like art per se. Like just what the artist day is.
All right, so I'm gonna take you back to last week. So I had I think 3 or 4 commissions I've been working on during the week. So that's like 9 a.m. to maybe like 2 or 3. Before 9 a.m., I wake up and pray every day. So I wake up, try to put some food in me. Usually by 12 or 1, I already ate twice or 3 times. My metabolism is crazy. I haven't had time recently in the last week or 2 to work out as much as I wanted to, but usually I work out around 1, try to get an hour and a half in. And then like later in the night when I'm chilling, that's when I like start a new piece or jump on Instagram Live, because it's usually more settled. Like if the sun is out, I need to be outside. For me, it's like, no, I need to go outside. Like, I was always like that, even when I was little. Like I was that kid riding a bike, or I ain't always like sit in the house and play video games. I just wanted to be outside with the people. And now it's the same way, just being older. Like I'm always traveling. I just had an event in LA. I left there, did a fashion show event in DC. Then I did the Merino pop-up in New York, and I was supposed to do the event in LA this weekend. But it's all good. I got event in Phoenix at the end of June.
Oh wow.
That's gonna be dope. Yeah, so I'm like,
so you've been traveling with it.
yeah, for sure. Just
Yes.
trying to keep it moving.
Yeah,
for sure.
So outside of Reginald F. Lewis Museum, right? Where else, like any other galleries, like just across, the U.S. that you have your work in, or any exhibits that are currently up or anything?
You know what? I have a few like boutiques, a couple shops. Like I think it's a sneaker store in Tyson's. It's a shame I said I think. I have all of this written down. I just do so much. I forget a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have any major galleries bigger than the Lewis Museum.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my biggest.
Yeah,
my
I mean
biggest
that's
thing.
a staple.
For
so,
sure. Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. My name is actually Reginald Lewis.
That's
I was like, they don't know that, but I know that.
That's crazy.
Yep. We're not related.
That's
but
like a full circle moment though. Like,
a guy from East Baltimore. He was like
Yeah.
the first black billionaire in the United States.
yeah.
Crazy.
That's like divine though.
Yeah,
like
for
just
sure.
the connection between that. That's interesting.
Definitely. Yeah, when they grabbed the piece, it was from that project we did in Patterson Park for George Floyd.
Yep, I remember that.
Yep. So they grabbed three of our pieces and put them in the museum. So they'll be there forever. So for me, it's like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
do. Like,
Definitely.
And because I know about that situation secondhand through Jasmine, tell me about like how you were feeling, because apparently when they had their pieces up in Patterson
took
Park,
them down.
they were like taking them down, messing them up and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Like what, how were
Crazy,
you
right?
dealing with that? Because
Yeah.
I know your artwork is your baby, so.
For sure. I don't know. You know what's crazy? Believe it or not, I wasn't that thrown off by it. I don't know. I'm a laid back kind of guy, so it takes a lot for me to really get upset. They didn't physically touch mine, but even not knowing that at the moment, I still wasn't like, oh, this is crazy. Because for me, it's like, I'll go make another one.
Basically.
You're not
yeah.
stopping me.
Yeah.
But it was tough when I actually, when they started to send the pictures, it was like, whoa. To see like Jordan's work.
Yeah.
Shout out to Art by J Law. Gotta throw my boy
Yes.
there. Jasmine Manning, of course.
Yes.
Yes. A few other people, their murals got damaged, but it was crazy. It was raining that morning.
Mm-hmm.
There was actually a lady. She had a dog. She was sitting in front of my mural, like, yeah, we good. Y'all ain't touching this one.
Aww,
Yeah.
so nice.
My mural was the only one that actually had an image of George Floyd, so I think it kind of stood out to her. But it was just, it was interesting because the same demonstration that we were trying to exemplify through our artwork, as far as it being black and white, racial inequalities in the country, a white lady sat in front of my mural and saved me.
Yeah,
So it's like, this is what it's about. This is dope. I'm glad this happened.
exactly.
Because it kind of created a demonstration of how we should move forward.
Awesome. No, I like that. One other question, because I think we touched on this, but I'm not sure. Which one is more lucrative for you, commission work or like your original inspired pieces that you do on your own?
It's tough to say because I feel like I create those prices. But for some reason, I've always lowered my price for commissions versus my original pieces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like commissions, I try to make it reasonable. Because I understand that people want pieces.
Yeah.
But at this point, I try to be more intentional about the commissions. Like, of course, my boy, he got a piece I'm working. Last week we started on that one. But I think I just try to align with my purpose. Like, I'm not going to paint anything. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like my pieces, I use a lot of colors because of that background in biology. So I try to exemplify energy through my work. So like the thermal, yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right.
For sure.
I see what you did
It's
there.
definitely intentional.
No, that's exactly what that was given.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is the undertone of this? Where does that inspiration come
Yeah.
from? You're right, the thermal
sure.
energy. Got you.
Even
Wow.
my butterflies, like, metamorphism, just what that represents in science and, just in the world. We change, how we evolve. I think it's dope that I try to create like pieces that kind of intersect with science as well.
Gotcha. I feel like, have you like tapped into color theory as a form of healing as well? Like using different colors for like different meanings and different moods, I guess, to like evoke a certain emotion type thing?
I haven't. I think I have naturally, like, of course, a brighter color exemplifies energy, like positive energy, something cool is blue, but I think for the most part I just try to, just do it naturally, but I'll definitely tap in and try to do my research for sure. I appreciate
Gotcha.
it.
Gotcha. Well, we got 2 more questions and then we're gonna let you go. I know. So do you have like, what are some like, you know, just some future things we can see from like Reggie or like some upcoming events coming up? You know?
Yeah, I might have something going on. I might be in Atlanta for Juneteenth weekend. If not, I'll definitely be in Baltimore, moving around.
That would be cool.
But yeah, for sure, merch. I'm just keeping it moving. Got the business rocking, website, murals, everything. Just everything in full motion.
And any publications of like your work anywhere, any magazines and stuff, anything?
I'm working on something with a magazine in DC right now, for sure. In Baltimore as well. So yeah, we're getting some stuff lined up.
Yeah.
I know that's
right.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure like in the future, like especially when we post like your interview and stuff, like we can, you know, attach onto like some of your upcoming events in the caption. Or
Definitely.
whatever. So
that would be dope.
great.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Well, thank you for being
Yes,
here.
I know. Thank you for coming out.
Anytime.
This is great. Yes. Any last words, Ebony?
I was super stoked. I said, "Oh, we get Reggie." I love
I know.
Reggie.
I know that's your homie.
This
I
is
know.
dope. Yeah, I appreciate it. No, for sure. I definitely appreciate the opportunity.
Perfect.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for coming.
Anytime.
And we are out.
Yes.
Bye.
Peace, y'all.
I just wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay, make me feel away, make me feel away. Shawty so damn dangerous, fuck me like I'm famous, yeah. I've been so impatient, so glad that you made it here. Took my dick and faced it, shawty going crazy, yeah. Thought that you was playing, told me spray it everywhere. She want me to take it, what you tryna do? Shawty said she like it.